I'm Ranjan, and I'm running for St. Joseph County Council, District B. I'm Ranjan. I'm a husband, father to 2 daughters, and your next county councilor. I love taking my kids to the playground, going for a run with my friends, and watching movies with my wife. I'm a math and stats professor, and I care deeply about my students. And I believe that District B deserves better than its current leadership. I'm running for county council so we can get back to providing reliable services for St. Joe County residents and help with the affordability crisis. We need someone on the council who will fight for the people and help to improve the lives of everyone in the county. I couldn't sit on the sidelines and watch as all of these national issues trickle down to the local level, with county council members attacking the health department, the libraries, our police department, and even our schools. I knew I had to do something, and that's why I'm running for St. Joe County Council. The County Council sets the annual budget, approves spending, and sets tax rates. Additionally, they fund the county health department, emergency services, and the courts, and they're in charge of infrastructure projects and economic development. This includes recent data center projects, both those that have been approved and those that have been voted down by the County Council. I want to be on the County Council so I can ensure that we are doing right by our constituents, protecting our environment, and protecting St. Joe County for the future, and not just selling ourselves out to the highest bidder. First and foremost, I'd listen to my constituents. St. Joe County is a place where we help our neighbors. Unlike my opponent, I wouldn't be harassing county employees who are just working to save lives. I would be on the front lines, seeing what we can do to make the county better for everyone. When my wife and I first moved to St. Joe County, I didn't understand the full extent of what county government did, but I happily went to the parks and got books from the library and used the recycling services. Over the past few years, I've realized just how much our county council has become driven by partisan ideology and is not prioritizing its residents. We need a council that prioritizes our well-being and ensures the safety of everyone in our community. We don't need a council that's mired in political polarization that's taken over national politics. We need our services to be reliable, affordable, and accessible to all our residents, and we need to help those in the county who need it the most. My wife and I moved to St. Joe County a decade ago, knowing nobody. But over the past 10 years, St. Joe County has become home for us. We've made wonderful friends and are raising our 2 kids here, and there's nowhere else we'd rather be. Since my wife and I have moved here, we've made it a point to get involved in our local community. For several years, my wife and I volunteered at the St. Joe County Library, delivering books, movies, and magazines to folks who are homebound and can't make it out to the library in person. Additionally, we've donated to several wonderful local nonprofits, one of our favorites being St. Margaret's House. The work that they do there is amazing, and their winter walk every year really shows the level of compassion and care that they have for the women in our community. And finally, when we can, we make it out to local protests and local marches. It can be isolating being at home by yourself, feeling like the world is falling apart. It's very invigorating to come together with a large group of people to make your voices heard. These are the things that give me hope. Being involved in the community, really trying to help make a difference in the lives of our neighbors, that's why I've decided to run for county council. I love running the trails at St. Pat's Park, and I love taking my daughters to all the wonderful events and programming that the library offers. And I even like catching an occasional show at the Moors with my wife. Nothing beats my mom's home-cooked Indian food. But since she doesn't live so close, BB's Indian Kitchen is a close second. District B is approximately Clay Township. On the north, it touches the Michigan border, and on the south, it includes the campuses of Notre Dame, Holy Cross, and St. Mary's. On the west, the border is the St. Joe River, and on the east, it follows approximately Hickory Road. So we have most of the area around the colleges, around Old Clay High School, and the western parts of Granger. The primary is May 5th, and the general election is November 3rd. If you live in District B, I would love your vote on those 2 days. Your vote absolutely matters. This same election for County Council District B in 2022 was decided by just 35 votes, and there were a handful of other county elections that were decided just by a few hundred votes. Maybe you feel that nationally or on the state level, your vote doesn't matter and you can't affect the way the elections turn out, but that is not true on the local level, where your vote can absolutely lead to direct change. I love this question. There are so many ways for you to get involved. We need donations and we need volunteers to do everything from knock on doors to put up yard signs to write postcards. If you want to join us, please sign up to volunteer at voteforranjan.com.